Yo, some calling in for me, spitting Listerine upon a sprout. You sick as me? Ancient history like Philistines in the Bible. I'm knocking this drop strips through my esophagus while high can spit. Still marvel this astonishing like rocks you hit. Lift like rocket ships, embrace the membrane. Recreating your frame till your brain's painfully inflamed. Some pain I'm insane. When you check Jesus' name in his fame. Epidemic you say, my words have been praised. This day born allergic to you gaze. You be stagnant days, like platters in my ways, like dragons spitting flames. Shatter your cage. To the soul detached, the spirit evaporates and push back in your frame. Verbal running through rhyme will puncture your mind, twist like the structure of your spine. You be like drunken like the card in your wine. See through your heart and your eyes like an assassin this time. My lyrical sword split through my jaw, stash you apart any side. Thought they hear the harps of your mind when the dark in the skies. Rhyme script to your chest, shatter your flesh. Get your arm little dogs barking outside. Down to me, leave you battling like nerves on the vibrator. I'm a life taker. Lyrically known, I leave your teeth blown like computer wires from a circuit breaker. Just a circus major, listen up, I'll hurt you, player. Leave your feelings hurt like a sturdy girl on purpose, player. I will toss your rap and take you off the mat. You not a threat. Girl, it's so hard to get chest and make your shoulders crack. That means I fold you flat. Kiss your man, I'll hold you black. Somebody stop him. Do it for like the robbing. He searching his pockets, asking for his wallet back. Shem Star. Shem Star. Yeah, Shem Star. I'm hazardous on the track, extravagant. Black wind passages, straight savages like Lazarus. Resurrecting dirt, I spit laxative, aspergens. Hang you from your spinal cord to the tag of your tents. I shatter your ribs, you revert the brain till you attach to your skin. My magic was spit, black phantom eclipse. 16, 7-year-old machine, disintegrate your skeletal mask to your skin. Who plaster with gins? Must have drunk a bowl of passion and gin. Dissect your flesh from the back of your shin. Type to make the devil repent, turn back from the sin. Rhymes fire, rushing yards for giants. You spawn with titans, rip your arm apart, hit you with your own iron. I don't rap for paper, just assassinate you. Nice nasty now or later. Leave your hands tied online from Al-Qaeda. One of the illest you facing. Bruce Lyrical Willis with greatness. Got a loss of patience. Short fuse like dynamite. Blow you like candle lights in Las Vegas. Nurture and radiation. Tomorrow you disintegrating. Play it smart, leave your body parts of junkyard but safe stadium. Legs separated with limbs displaying. On the dirt like cavemen and fossil legs in the ditch. Yeah, tap your face spray painted with bricks. The game changed within. To a fake thugs and big slugs imitating the kid. It's just stages of sin. God on me, I'm rearranging your ribs. Put your next to vegetables when I'm baking my fish. Yeah, and this is stages of gems. Yeah, stages of gems. For real. Almost messed up on the last one. But that stages of gems. Yeah. Shout out to Shades of Brooklyn, the instrumental change, you know what I mean? It's a gem star. Dropping Gems TV was popping. Yeah. You feeling that instrumental? You know what I mean? That's how I go. You know what I mean? That's changed. Old school 90s classic from Shades of Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Speaking of Brooklyn though, R.I.P. Salute my man Michael K. Williams, man. True Brooklynite, true legend, man. Flatbush R.I.P. We lost a real one. He was the best co-actor we seen on the screen. Facts. His whole image was the stereotype of Brooklyn from the early 80s to late 2000s, you know what I mean? His whole profile, his whole style. You know what I mean? We lost a true legend, man. He was very influential, man. My condolences to the family. You know, my condolences. I know you're grieving, and I know you didn't really want to give or release any information on how he passed. There's a lot of conspiracies out there. If y'all know who Michael K. Williams I'm talking about, he the one who did, you know, that movie, the show, The Wire, you know what I'm saying, from 2002 to 2008, The Wire, you know what I mean? He was also legendary in Brooklyn Finest. He was also in The Public. Inherent Vice, Lovecraft, Body Brokers, The Purge, Superfly, Gone Baby, Doing Hard Time, Red Sea Diving, 12 Years a Slave, Snitch, Motherless Brooklyn, 999, The Gambler, Bessie, Assassin's Creed, RoboCop, back in 2004, I think that was. He was in Belly, Critical Thinking, Captive, Arkansas, When the Borough Breaks, all of that, man. And the list goes on and on and on, man. He was a legendary figure, affluent, and he definitely gonna be missed, man. But Michael K. Williams, man. I know there's a lot of conspiracies out there on how he passed, I know I was looking at Project Muscle. He put up something saying, could this be a conspiracy through NYPD trying to shut his mouth because he was against the tactics of the police. He was all about defunding the police, and he was against the politics on New York City, man. How they targeted the Afro-Latino communities. You know what I'm saying? Gentrification was a big thing for the last 20 years, which left our youth displaced, left us in traumatic scenarios, man, because we didn't know how to cope with these changes. The rent, everything was going up, and they kept targeting us for everything. It was cutting a lot of programs, a lot of governmental programs, Boys and Girls Clubs, YMCAs, a lot of things the kids, the recreation, that the kids was going for recreation for to stay out the streets. They was cutting that. Educational programs like football programs, where you can't get a scholarship or, won't get discovered for your talent. Basketball programs, academic programs, just cutting a lot of them, leaving our kids displaced. And a lot of hardships because, number one, you can't cope with the rent. They had plans for that type of, project development, trying to turn those into condos. That's one thing. So they try to target us through police brutality. Stop and frisk, entrapment, set you up. A lot of stuff that was corrupt with the NYPD that they was doing out there in all of the boroughs. And he was against all of that. And he came up or assisted in a program called Project Lead. It was targeted for NYC kids from every borough, not just Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten, Queens, probably could be Long Island too, I don't know, but to give them some sort of hope, some sort of employment, some sort of education, some sort of scouts, all of the stuff. He's all about it. And because, he was so influential in Hollywood, he was so, his money, everything like that, he didn't forget where he came from. And he was all about trying to uplift and help impoverished kids in the community. I respect him. That was a G move. So could this be a conspiracy how it passed? But he tried to silence him because he was against a lot of, police, political agendas. We know, they target us in communities for a lot of private programs like prison programs. They use our sweat off our backs like slavery for free labor, technically speaking, in private prisons. And the state will pay these private prisons anywhere from $600 to a G a person to house like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people in each unit. You know what I'm saying? So the overcrowding was crazy, just to make a buckload for us. While the rich take over our projects or apartments and turn those into condos and communities. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That was a tactic. Get us out of this hood so the rich can move in. And which left us a lot of despair, a lot of trauma. And he was against all of that, man. So could this be a way, another tactic? You know what I'm saying? To silence him, the conspiracy runs on. But R.I.P, man, Michael K. Williams, man. Salute. R.I.P to Brooklyn, man. Flatbush. You know what I mean? My condolences to the family, man. Moving on, what's going on with this Drake Kanye West beef, man? It's another thing that we can talk about. And I feel whoever's at Kanye's camp, that maybe Drake probably bribed or whatever to get whatever material or content from his camp to be leaked. You know what I'm saying? Whoever he used in Kanye's camp or so-called friend, that's why you gotta watch who's around you. Everybody that's in your circle ain't for you, man. I know Hassan Campbell always said that, watch who's in your circle before they hurt you. You know what I mean? That form of betrayal of how Drake got that type of content and material to leak that out, to try to dismantle Kanye's album sales is grimy within itself. You know what I mean? Now my thing is, okay, Drake, you did that, but can't you be liable for any kind of piracy laws, for bootlegging or whatever? Because that was unauthorized content that wasn't leaked out to the public. So it's not like it was meant for promotional use. So for you to push that and throw that on a show or a concert like that, can't you be liable for piracy laws? You know what I'm saying? Breaking piracy rules. Like, can't you get charged or get some sort of criminal penalties upon you? Because that was unauthorized. Understand you Drake and you got all this money, but so does Kanye. He got just as much money, if not more than you. So can't you be liable for that? Because the middleman, when we was bootlegging out there, you know what I'm saying? We was getting hit left and right with piracy laws. Anytime you download a CD and sell that on the street for some money that was illegal, you get hit. And I heard at times you could get faced at that time 5 to 10 years for that joint. So where's the blurred lines? Does that make you exempt? Are you liable for that situation? Because that's grimy within itself. You know what I'm saying? They was hitting people just bootlegging clothes. From sneakers, whatever, garments, belts, wallets, whatever. If you up there stealing people's ideas and logos and all that stuff to sell it for capital gain, you was getting hit. Can you be liable if somebody was to download that content off of that show that you did? And if everybody heard, which wasn't supposed to be leaked, can you be liable for that? Piracy laws. You know what I mean? Because it wouldn't be fair. If that's the case, double standard. Another thing, Kanye, what I got an issue with you is, okay, I understand he did that, you mad and you beefing with him, but you saying on GD, like you trying to threaten this man like on a gang set? Are you with GD? Technically, I know y'all beefing on some albums and all that stuff. Whatever issue you got, you could just ran up on him and just shot the fade with him. You know what I mean? You don't gotta threaten that man like that, saying on GD. You making a boss call like that, like, what's the difference between you and Treyway? If that's the case, what's the difference between you and 6ix9ine? When 6ix9ine made that claim, you know what I'm saying, under Treyway to make a move and put a hit out. That all kind of falls under the same umbrella, because on social media you putting up, or you are representing a set, and you throwing up gang stuff and making threats under gang information, you get locked up for that. Instagram, Facebook don't play that. YouTube definitely won't play nothing like that. They locking cats up. So what makes you exempt? Because you Kanye West? Now I don't know if you really are or not, if you faking or not, if you pay people or not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But kids, don't follow these jokes, man. These clowns out here who's supposed to be celebrities. Put your trust in God, man. Don't put your trust in people, because people will, you know what I'm saying, use you up and spit you out for their own selfish motives and own selfish reasons. So whoever was supposed to be repping under that, and if you follow what this dude said and you follow an order, Your life gonna be thrown out for what? Is he gonna look out for you in court? Is he gonna pay your bill? You gonna put money in your books? Is he gonna take care of your family and your kids? If you went to jail, you get killed? No. Or for what? An album sale? You gonna use you up and throw you out like that? You gonna use the set name like that for an album sale? If you really a part of that or not? Just because you're from Chicago? That's crazy, man. And you should be held liable like Treyway was, if that's the case, if that's even true of what I heard. Because like I said, this could be all just rumor. This could be all just, you know what I'm saying, what I heard. It could not be true. If it's not true, if that wasn't true, whatever, I apologize and I'll take that back. They're just a rumor. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be held accountable of your words and your actions. You're supposed to be an example to youth looking up to you. You know what I mean? Just a year and a half ago, you up here doing gospel albums, talking about God changed you and God saved you and Jesus is king and all that stuff. And now, okay, was that just for a bad, or was that real? You know what I mean? Because it seemed like to me that was just for some. You took advantage of the church, knowing that they could be gullible and they just sheeple, and you think that's a nice avenue that people ain't touched for your content, for your music. And they'll support you. Once you say Jesus, they support you anyway. So it's a quick bag right there, and then you move on to the next. That's what it seemed like, because you wasn't really upholding that, repping that sense. After that, after you got that bag, you wasn't repping that sense. And I feel for those who supported and sponsored that back then. Because now look, you got egg on your face. You look crazy now. Because now he up here saying under the same breath, GD, and what's he talking about in this album? Is it still relating to Jesus again? Because if it is, you wouldn't be beefing with Dre. Where's your heart at? Where your motives at? See the contradiction and hypocrisy and a lot of stuff? I know I ain't perfect. I know I got flaws too. You know what I'm saying? But this shows you in the public what's real, what's not. Separate the sheep from the goats, you know what I mean? So, you should just left that with God and kept it pushing. That's the case if you claim you're supposed to be a Christian. But nah, you're going to, for a capital gain, get somebody threaten your album, that's where your heart is at, money. Sold your soul for money. And look. You see how you acting out of character for a piece of money? For an album that I hear that's whack anyway? Ain't really sponsored or supporting like that anyway, so what I heard. So, you know, you just got to get yourself in check, man. We all do. You know what I mean? Another topic, shout out to Academic for putting his feet down, putting his foot down against Meek Mill and my song. He's showing the world that he's not going to be bullied no more. He know and made it clear he's not a street cat, he's not a gang member, he's not no felon, he ain't none of that. Y'all hating on his platform, trying to silence him up, because the way he came up, he ain't trying to hate on none of y'all for how y'all came up. You know what I'm saying? Don't count his pockets and look at his back. You know what I'm saying? Do you. But now I'm glad he put his foot down. Calling my son an ambulance chaser, and your career is correct, is whack, and pull up. Gave him the ad and everything. Did the same thing with Meek Mill. Told him pull up. You said you ain't got that light. You gave me a green light. Here you all talking about social justice and all this other injustice and all that stuff because you got locked up for popping a willy, crying in jail. You only faced a couple of months in there. And you want to be the toughest world's gangster, but you ain't do nothing to 6ix9ine when he ran up on you. And Academics checked your temperature and you ain't do nothing. 6ix9ine checked your temperature, ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he telling you straight up, I ain't no gangster, ain't no bully, ain't none of that. But I'm tired of getting picked on. I'm tired of y'all trying to, clown me or try to control me. It ain't going down like that. So pull up. You know what I'm saying? Me, according to that punch bag, your hands ain't really accurate. I don't know if you want that smoke with act. I think he embarrassed you. And he dead serious. So in my opinion, I really got 24 hours to respond physically and not on YouTube chit chat, you know what I mean? Because he got your career on the line, both of y'all. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying, man. It's Gemstar. You know what I mean? Dropping Gems TV. I'm just speaking and expressing my thoughts. Part if I ain't come clear, you know what I'm saying, or on the other thing. You know, but it is what it is, man. Jim Star in the building, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.